Hey, how's it going? Jacob Palacio here. Holy shit, I'm back and I'm here to talk about some horror-themed Christmas films for you. Yeah, I feel like that's what I do best on this channel. Right before I left for that 4-year hiatus, back in 2016, my most recent video that was sitting on my channel for 4 years were Christmas-themed horror films. It was the Krampus films, actually, the ones that came out, right after the 2015 Krampus movie. You remember how there was just like a random surge of just a shit ton of like low-budget straight-to-DVD Krampus horror films because of the 2015 Krampus movie? So for a while, I think it was Krampus 2: The Devil Returns that was, the last video that was uploaded on my channel. But yeah, that's in the past. Fuck that shit. Well, today, I'm gonna be doing the same thing basically, except it's just not gonna be Krampus videos. This time, I'm gonna be reviewing 3 Christmas-themed horror films for you guys that all came out this year. Those 3 films being Violent Night, The Mean One, and Christmas Bloody Christmas. I'm going to try to review all 3 of these films to you guys, at least by the end of the year. If I can get all 3 of these out by then, that would be fucking great. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna aim to do. So yeah, you guys got 3 Christmas-themed horror reviews coming your way, so that's pretty fun, that's pretty cool, that's pretty wacky, that's pretty goofy. Let's get started. Thanks, Jacob. Hey, what's going on? Jacob Palacio here. I'm here to talk about today's sponsor. Yeah, sorry for the brief interruption, but I gotta do it, man. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Today's sponsor is Movie Palette. It's a pretty cool little canvas painting. It might look like a bunch of stripes to you, but my golly gee, does this thing have more of a story to it than you think. So Movie Palettes are created by a team of artists who carefully choose colors for these canvas paintings. So how they do it is the most common color of each canvas painting is found. Oh yeah, the length of each stripe also represents the length of the movie, which is a nice little touch. Yeah, these things are pretty fucking dope. This is perfect for the house if you want to do like put it in the living room or something. You can also suggest your own movie for them to do on the website for the same exact price. I have my own discount code. Yeah, that's right, Jacob15. If you use Jacob15 at checkout, you can get 15% off your order. And that's a steal in my opinion. I don't even know why you're not on the fucking website buying these things right now. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But anyways, yeah. So Movie Palette. These things are pretty fucking good. They're pretty cool. I've had this one for a while. This one's 2001: A Space Odyssey. Anyways, yeah. So that's it. And that's today's sponsor, Jacob. Thank you. Back to you, man. Hope you're doing well. Tell your family I said what's. Alright, let's have fun these holidays. So the first film that I'm going to be talking about of the 3 is going to be Violent Night. I kind of just want to get this one out of the way, not going to lie. Also, it was the first one that I saw of the 3 that I watched this year, so I'm just going to talk about it first. Violent Night is a horror film, or, well, actually, it's more of a Christmas action film than it is a horror film. Well, the trailers, at the very least, sell it to be like a John Wick type Christmas action film with maybe a bit of horror elements added to it. It is directed by Tommy Wirkola. You may not know his name, but you've probably have seen, or at least heard of his films before. He did Hansel Incredible Witch Hunters, which a lot of people do not like that movie. I have it on Blu-ray 3D. It's a guilty pleasure, although I do agree the movie's not very good at all. And he also did the Dead Snow films, which are very fun. They're about Nazi zombies. Anyways, this guy's known for doing kind of goofy, off-the-wall, horror films, horror comedy films. And his films are very self-aware in what they're doing and, what they are, essentially, which are basically just poking fun at, this specific, niche. This film is about Santa Claus, who is actually played by David Harbour. And let me tell you, David Harbour is by far the best part about this movie. He really kills it as Santa Claus. I think he does a great job. He's pretty charismatic, his role in this kind of reminded me a lot of his Hellboy from the Hellboy 2019 film. And he's just out doing his Santa thing, he's dropping presents down in houses and shit and eating a bunch of milk and cookies. But oh no, there's this wealthy family that all of a sudden becomes bombarded by, all these bad dudes who break into their big wealthy house. Basically, there's the main family, which is a guy, his wife, and this little girl who is one who gets in contact with Santa Claus to tell him about all these, bad people that are breaking into the wealthy family's house. And so Santa Claus kind of talks back and forth with her the whole movie through this walkie-talkie, I guess. And he decides to save this little girl and her family. And yeah, he basically kicks a bunch of their butts and he goes crazy. He goes John Wick on these motherfuckers, if you will. And yeah, that's essentially the whole film. The movie is just short, under 2 hours, and I think it really, really overstays its welcome. I think that's one of its biggest weaknesses, actually, is that it's just a little bit too long. It's like an hour and 50-something minutes, and it really doesn't need to be that long at all. This is easily like a 90-minute film. I did not give a flying fuck about any of these characters. I'm not gonna lie. Even the little girl girl who, like, she did okay performance-wise, but, like, her parents, like, nobody in this movie I really gave a fuck about at all. Everybody's kind of an asshole, not gonna lie. Even the family that you're, like, supposed to empathize with, there's no resonance with the audience and the characters in the film. There's just nothing there. So therefore, why should I care about this family? And don't get me wrong, this film does have its moments of, you know, some fun. Some of the action sequences are pretty cool, but man, the action in this film is nowhere near as cool or interesting as John Wick films. And even the John Wick films aren't even as cool or interesting as, you know, some even better action martial arts films. I watched Ip Man, which I watched it for the very first time, and that movie has some fucking amazing choreography, action sequences. And I remember watching that, just like comparing that to Violent Night, and just thinking, like, it's such a vast difference as far as the action goes. Like, yeah, it's a funny concept on paper, you know. I remember watching the trailer and thinking, you know, this looks badass. This looks like a lot of fun, but yeah, it did not live up to the trailer, unfortunately. Again, David Harbour, every time he was on screen, it was really cool. He brings a lot of personality to this film, but he's actually not in this movie as much as I want him to be, and there is not nearly enough action scenes as I want there to be either. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I mean, there's not really much else to say about Violent Night. It's just kind of like an okay, you know, Christmas action film that honestly just sounds a lot better, you know, on paper than it is in, you know, its execution, which is unfortunate. But personally, yeah, Violent Night, not my favorite Christmas-themed horror film that I saw this year. Overall, I'd probably give the film a 6 out of 10. I think it's alright. I don't think it's horrible. I don't think it's bad necessarily. It's not a bad movie by any means. It's just mid. It's just super mid, and it's okay. And it's, like, honestly kind of a one-time watch for me. Really can't see myself coming back to this anytime soon in the near future, and that's disappointing to hear because, again, it's a funny concept, but yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, they did what they could. In fact, this is gonna be a hot-ass fucking take, let me tell you, but holy shit, would I rather watch Hellblade 2019 than this film again. And even I think Hellblade 2019 is a lot worse than this movie. It's more entertaining, you know. I actually have that on 4K. I could fucking sit down and watch that, you know. Definitely not sober because it makes it more fun, but I can actually sit down and watch that and have a better time than I would with Violent Night, because Violent Night's just kind of like, eh. Whereas Hellblade's just kind of like, holy shit, this is fucking, I can't believe this is a movie, you know? But anyways, yeah, those are my thoughts on Violent Night. Honestly, the main takeaway of this video, just watch Hellblade 2019. That's all I gotta say. And yeah, that's it. That's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Jacob Palacio. Stay tuned for 2 more Christmas-themed horror films coming to you right away. Hopefully, we'll see. But anyways, yeah, and thank you guys for watching. I hope you all have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.